And I so much love and respect to all the relatives and followers and supporters of the Indigenous Environmental Network. IEN has played a huge role in politically developing GGJ actually around this work. So my name is Jaron, as Tom said, and GGJ is what we really are as an organization of different affected peoples, directly affected peoples in Turtle Island. Many of whom are affected directly by the climate crisis, but also other issues: domestic workers, tenant organizations, anti-militarist organizations, or groups that directly impacted by militarism, either by bases or veterans. And we're in a shared struggle together around trying to really look at the root cause of the problems that we're facing and advance real solutions. And that kind of transformative vision is very much so what brought us here, because actually GGJ was founded 20 years ago. It's our 20th anniversary out of the World Social Forum process, when IEN and the Southwest Workers Union and CAV and Power and a number of other organizations wanted to participate in the World Social Forum, and they were the Grassroots Global Justice Delegation in 2003, 2005, and then actually decided to build a national formation to keep that relationship as social movements of affected peoples inside the global north with social movements of affected peoples in the global south and around the world. And that is really but a core of what we're really about doing, and being here in Brazil with the landless workers movement, with the movement of people affected by dams, with our relatives we've built with through IEN and the Huni peoples and Chief Ninawa. We see that everywhere that people are struggling and directly affected and fighting to advance the rights of nature, the rights of children, the rights of families, to protect clean water, clean air, to protect well-being, that is our struggle as well. And we see that reflected, and we know we have a particularly strategic role to play in solidarity with these movements, being inside the belly of the beast. And you very much so see it here inside the UNFCCC as well.
Sounds really, really important. For our audience, can you describe really briefly, what does movement mean to you? Movement building, what does that mean to you? And why is it important for those of us that are struggling with environmental justice, social justice, economic justice, food justice, and the list go on? Why is it important for us to unite and build solidarity and be part of a movement? Now, switching that from living in the belly of the beast, a U.S. voice in a global arena, especially in the global south, what are some observations you learned from that? And third, this People Summit and a mobilization of so many people in the march. And how does that bring some level of effectiveness, if so, here in the Conference of the Parties of the UN?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, in so many ways, I do feel like the incredible thing about, being part of a social movement, being part of the kind of organizations that get built and actually movements that get built is it's that the collective power of coming together. So we talk about the kind of transformative organizing being on all these different levels, like those everyday people that are part of Pueblo Action Alliance, are part of, the Desi's Rising Up and Moving, or, when you come in as an individual, maybe you're facing a very specific problem, a very specific suffering, someone's sick in your family, the water's polluted, your neighborhood is directly affected by mining or by fracking, and you come together with other people in your neighborhood, that begins that collective power and voice. But then we begin to understand through learning, through practice, the root cause of what we're facing. We begin to build together our vision of what are real solutions that we can advance. And that's where movements come in, because that's where that collective power that starts at that neighborhood and community level builds out to thousands, to millions. And we really felt it, like you said, in that march. I mean, we were 70,000 people, and there were many more in our homelands that couldn't come here with us, or in the neighborhoods even across Brazil. But it begins to reflect actually that global mass kind of collective transformative power. And I think that's essential at all stages. I mean, right now we're facing an existential threat. As you know, as you were reminding me, you know, we've been at that level because of capitalism has been driving us toward real collapse and crises for a long time, and that's accelerating right now with this administration in the U.S., the Trump administration, with the rise of those kind of far-right governments around the world. They threaten our collective survival for our children, for our grandchildren, for our waters, and for all of the species of this earth. But the power that movements bring represent the real possibility to live, to build global well-being, to build a collectivity that centers life and well-being.
Okay.
So I think that's what movements represent, is that collective capacity to take care and build our power, really.
Recognizing the power we already have.
Yes.
Yeah. Very important. Thank you.
And I guess the last thing I'll say on the People Summit is I think that outside space, we want to bring it inside here now. Yeah. We're in here week 2, but we're trying to every time you speak, every time our movements are here speaking, they're representing those thousands of people.
And that's something IEN has done for, the past 12 years as we came into these UN meetings strategically with local communities, with staff, different people that are expert in different areas of discussion. Is our strategy is to go inside as well as going on the outside, but also turning the outside in and the outside inside out. So it's kind of 4 levels, and we need to be here in all spaces. So thank you very much, Jaron.